Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great evening. My name is Pablo Samaniego. This evening, I will be touching the topic of communication between different cultures, the differences between them, communicating, the understanding, misunderstanding between them, because in reality, that can happen. Sometimes we don't understand each other's cultures or what one thing will have a definition for one culture. For the other culture, it can be a different type of definition. I will be giving advice on a scenario that I had gone over for my classroom. This is for a Comp-451. So the scenario was there was a couple. They were having a simple conversation. And talking about their day, how it had gone. And it got to a point where the husband, based on his culture, was trying to explain something, but the wife misunderstood it. She took it as that it was rude and disrespectful, and she got upset and walked away. So, my advice, again, I'm not a professional, but my personal view, because I have experienced this. My advice is that, first of all, being married, we have to learn how to understand one another. Our cultures do have a lot to do in it. They shape the way we communicate, the way we respond, the way we take what is given to us in a conversation. So, again, like I was saying, my advice is, first of all, get to know the cultures of one another. I mean, especially if you're married, you have to understand their background, the tone, the way you will be communicating. As I was doing some research, there's some articles that give us strategies. Strategies can be one. Practice the self-awareness. You have to acknowledge the cultural biases. You have to, or assumptions. I mean, again, going back to what I said, you have to learn the culture of that other person that you're either in a relationship with, a friend, a peer. Learn their culture, because what for yourself, you're in your own culture, what it means, it might not mean for the other cultures, for that other person. So learn that culture, learn the background, the history of it. Be an active listener. That's what it says also when I was looking up research. You need to be an active listener. Listen to them. So again, you need to adapt yourself to the other person's culture. Before getting upset, before stampeding or making this conflict bigger than the situation that it is, ask a question. Be like, okay, so how about you give me more clarity? How about you change the way you're explaining it? Because at the moment, the way you're explaining it, my understanding is that it's offensive. And I'm not taking it the way you are explaining it. So again, like I said, make sure you understand. Because like in this scenario, the wife was upset because she thought her husband was being rude. But once in the end, he explained what he was trying to, the information he was trying to give. He explained it, he broke it down and explained it in a different way, and she understood. She realized that she took it as a misunderstanding. That's why it is important to communicate to your partner, your friend, your peer, your coworker, whatever situation you're in. That's what communication is big, because again, there's a lot of misinterpretation in this world, depending on your guys' cultures, depending on even just how one receives it. I mean, tone can also be very hard to understand. The way the person is, they can have their tone where they think they're giving the information upset, and they're not even upset. It's just the tone that they have. So it is very important, like I said, to understand one another. When we instead of giving a misunderstanding, take that information and ask questions. Don't just get upset, don't just get mad because we don't understand it. Cultural differences always have to be understood. Culture is big on a big way of shaping our communication. So we need to remember that if we don't understand something, just ask the question or use the strategies like I said, active listening, adapt yourself to the communication of style of that culture. Other strategies that they give us is do some research. Do some research on that culture so you can also understand where they're coming from. Hopefully this information helps. You guys have a great evening. Blessings. Have a great night.